Last week, we collected over $1,200. This week, we're running it back, and in this video, I'm going to talk about the strategy that I use to generate this consistent income. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Isaiah, and in this video, we're going to talk about our plans for the upcoming week. But if you're new to the channel, this is an income-generating account where we sell cash-secured puts, covered calls, do credit spreads, and finally collect dividends from monthly payers, weekly payers, ultra yielders, and more stable positions. So if you're interested in following my journey, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And before we go any further, make sure you put in the comments what your goal is this week in terms of income generation. Last week, we collected $1,200. Let me know what your plans are for this week. Now, with that said, let's jump right into the video. As you can see, the account is at $76,000. That's a high for this account. Last year at this time, we were at $45,000. We grew it over $30,000 in a year, and I expect us to do the exact same this year, if not more. Buying power, we have $125,000. That includes margin, and I believe more in consistent daily buys over unloading all that income at one time. So you'll see me make small daily buys over huge purchases. I would much rather deploy cash casually over deploying block purchases. So let's talk about first how we predominantly generated income to grow this account. We sell options. I sell cash secured puts, which means you're agreeing to buy a stock for a predetermined price. I sell covered calls, which means you're agreeing to sell a stock for a predetermined price. In either situation, you get paid a nice credit. Essentially, you're getting paid to agree to buy or sell something that you already own or want to own. And let me stop there. Remember, guys, my trades are my opinions. They should never be taken as financial advice. I'm just a guy on YouTube documenting my journey. So, cash secured puts. I have a put on MSOS $4.50 strike. That means I'm agreeing to buy this stock for $4.50 a share. Well, I don't feel like buying it this week or letting it expire worthless. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to roll this position out another 30 to 90 days. I usually go somewhere in that 45-day range. So if I look at like the 20th, maybe the 13th for the 450, yeah, right there, we would capture another $64. That's on top of all the income we've already collected. So again, all I'm doing is changing my expiration date. I'm still agreeing to buy it. I'm not changing anything about that. But I'm adding more time to the contract. By adding more time to the contract, I'm getting paid another credit. I'm not adding any more collateral. Rather, I'm just collecting income. I love rolling positions. We've grown this account to the point where look at all these option positions. I haven't opened any new option positions in probably a month or so because I would rather just roll the positions I have, capture as much income as I can from them. And if the concept of rolling options, selling options interests you, let's jump over real quick to the Premium Generals. The Premium Generals, that is an exclusive group where I post private educational content, such as how to sell cash secured puts, how to sell covered calls, how to do credit spreads, debit spreads, the strangle method, all sorts of investing strategies, as well as private portfolio updates, how I use margin, any trade I make whenever I'm buying positions or rolling positions. The Premium Generals know first. On top of that, they get to be in every single video. So if you want to see your face, join us. It's $10 for the month. There's almost 100 videos in there, and by the time you're watching this, there probably will be 100. I post in there 4 to 6 times a week. So come check it out. We'd love to have you. And with that being said, let's get back into that video. Okay, so we're back here, and as I said, option selling was how we predominantly grew the account, especially when it was small. January of 2025, I think I had around $25,000 in this account, and I was almost solely selling options. And I did that up and through the $55,000 to maybe $60,000 range before I started adding dividend payers into the account. Now, I have some more stable monthly paying funds. My goal is that the monthly payers that I own will cover all of my monthly expenses. I collected $530 from them last month, which is the first month I had monthly payers. So every month I'm hoping to get that increased My goal for the end of January, and I know it's lofty, is to collect $700 in monthly pairs. Now, monthly pairs aren't all we have. We have some ultra yielders, TSYY and COYY. Those are our ultra yielders. We haven't invested any more funds into either of them since we hit our share goal totals. COYY was 500, TSYY was 1,000. Yes, their price is going to continue to decrease and depreciate over time. We are trying to capture as much income from it as we can and take that income and invest it into more stable positions. For example, on Tuesday, TSYY is going to pay us another $143. I showed in the premium group on Saturday, and I posted in there, the generals group, that I've collected about $700 from TSYY since I haven't reinvested anything back into it, and that's been perfect. That allows me to grow other funds, and this week I'm going to add more to my favorite monthly payer, PDI. My goal is to get this to 1,000 shares. I have 800. My goal is to get there by the end of March 2026. That's a lofty goal to pick up 200 more shares. Just to give you an idea how much that would cost at current price, that's about $3,600. It's a lot of cash to deploy, and I really want it to come back under 18 before I get heavier buys. I own this fund in multiple portfolios, and anytime I can get it under 18 bucks, it's a win for me. The next monthly payer I have is T-SPY. I should get my first dividend from them maybe this week, actually, when they announce their ex-div. I'm just going to have 100 shares for a little bit until I kind of see what I like about it, if it's one I will continue to hold, or if I will add to it. If it is something I like and I get, maybe 6 months of consistent dividend payouts, I will start to increase this. But I never like to jump the gun on things like this in terms of overexerting cash just because something looks good. It hasn't paid out. It's been paying out dividends for a little bit, but not near long enough for me to truly make a decision on this point. Then obviously we have the Cornerstone funds. I've started to see these funds a lot on YouTube. A lot of people like them for the NAV dividend drop and things like that, and then the buybacks. I actually don't really use them for that necessarily. It's more so they offer more stability in the dividend payouts. And with those ultra yielders like COYY and TSYY, they're fantastic for income, but those share prices are going to continue to decrease, which is reducing the amount of margin we can maximize. So that's why I don't want any more of those ultra yielding funds. We have enough. We generate plenty of income from rolling options. We also have ULTY, YBIT, Coney, and MSTY. I don't know how much longer I'll have those in my portfolio, to be completely honest. They're paying $20 a week right now, so maybe we keep them for a little bit because it's, about $125 between all of them for the week. I'm taking that income and putting it in the monthly pairs. And then 2 other monthly pairs I have is ORC. I want to get that to 500 shares. And QYLD, my favorite covered call ETF. I'm just going to keep that at 100 shares for a little bit. I want to get that to 500 shares probably by the end of 2027. But I'm not going to overextend my cash into that position right now. I will give it time, let it come down in share price, and buy more then. Plus, I have so many goals for this account. That's why I like to keep a lot of cash on the sideline. This account is great for generating income, and also I can learn new positions. That's what I'm doing with T-SPY. One that's on my radar is TDAC. They haven't really paid out near long enough for me to put any real money into, but I still could be interested in getting that 100 share starter pack like I have with T-SPY, just adding that to the portfolio. I'm not planning on doing that in the very near future, but I will. And then XPay is one that I've wanted to add to the portfolio for a while, but I'm holding on XPay purchases because I firmly believe that this fund will be back in the 40s in the next few months. Again, just my personal opinion, not financial advice. I cannot predict the future, but I believe that, and I'm going to be patient and I will start to make the purchases because I want to get 100 shares of these as well. And that's going to be, more expensive. It's a $54 stock right now. Even when it comes in the 40s, we're still looking at a $4,900 investment for a fund that I've never owned before. And they haven't been around all that long. So I got to be careful adding new positions. But like I said, I want to try them out. This is how we learn. This is how we grow. We give positions opportunities in our portfolios, and perhaps they're ones we hold long term, or perhaps we learn a lesson from them. ULTY has one that we learned a lesson on in 2025. Fortunately, after all the months of holding it, I had like 5,000 shares or something, and at the end of it, I think I only lost about $100 when it's all said and done, which, that's nothing compared to what I've seen some people lose. On the flip side of that, I did hold it for so many months, so there was quite a bit of cash tied up into that position. And I got to make sure I don't let myself get so tied up into any one position unless it's a more stable monthly paying fund. I don't want to overextend my cash into weekly income payers because, again, we're generating income with option selling. And as our monthly payouts increase, we'll probably look to remove some of the weekly dividend payers, to be completely honest. Now, this is long-term down the road, but when we start to get around $2,800, $3,000 a month in monthly dividends, and we just got $530 last month, guys. So we're ways away from that. But when we get to that point, I'm not interested in the weekly payers that continue to decrease in price. It's no value for me at that point. If we're producing that much income from a monthly payer, and that doesn't even include the hundreds or thousands of dollars we're producing in option selling or rolling throughout the month, then there's no value for me to keep these ultra yielders that will continue to decrease in price. So look for those down the road. By the time those happen, I'm hoping I've made well over my 100% on capital return. But, we'll see. And it's 2026, so tax time's right around the corner. We had a pretty dang good year, which means we're going to pay for it. I'm hoping not to have to dig from this account to pay for any taxes. I'm hoping I can just use other accounts, so I should be okay. But, if at any point I need to, pay the tax bill for the cash we brought in, I will. So we will see. Only time will tell. I tried to write off as much as I could, reduce the taxes, but, I never know. I'm not a tax guy. But with that said, guys, I appreciate each and every one of you. It's Sunday night. Enjoy the rest of your weekend as we prepare for Monday and we start making even more money next week in the stock market. And I'll see you in the next one.